Good morning and welcome to today. This is lesson 8.4. We're going to talk about special products today. This lesson is really no different than what we discussed yesterday in lesson 8.3, multiplying polynomials, FOIL and or vertical multiplication. We're just going to give fancy names to some patterns here today, and we're going to look at the square of a sum and the square of a difference. The square of a sum is a plus b quantity squared. And probably I can't stress this enough, but when you see that exponent right there outside of the parentheses, what that means is you are going to multiply what is ever in parentheses times itself. So that would actually mean a plus b times a plus b. Please do not tell me that the answer is a squared plus b squared. And then the square of a difference, which is a minus b quantity squared, would be a minus b times a minus b. So let's start off nice and easy, and let's do a couple of problems together, and let's look at this lesson closely. So let's go ahead and look at the square of a sum. Okay? The square of a sum. The pattern is a plus b quantity squared, which is a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and we get that by multiplying a plus b times a plus b. So let me show you how that works. A squared plus ab plus another ab plus b squared gives me a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, I stopped many years ago making students memorize the pattern. I'd much rather you be able to apply a pattern, because sometimes when they memorize it, they memorize something incorrectly, and then they get that whole string of problems wrong. So let's just go ahead and try one, nice and easy. So we'll say x plus 9 quantity squared. X plus 9 quantity squared means this. It means x plus 9 times x plus 9. And whether you want to FOIL it or vertically multiply it is totally up to you. And you would get x squared plus 9x plus another 9x plus 81, or x squared plus 18x plus 81. Is everyone with me? All right. Let's try this one. X plus 1 quantity squared. Why doesn't everybody go ahead and do that real quickly? X plus 1 quantity squared. Okay, how many people have an answer? Good job. I'll give you about 30 seconds for those of you that still need more time. Remember, x plus 1 quantity squared means x plus 1 times x plus 1. And who would like to share an answer with the class? Thank you in the back. Yes, what did you get?
X squared plus 2x plus 1.
X squared plus 2x plus 1 is correct. So that, my friends, is the square of a sum. Now let's look at the square of a difference. The square of a difference would have this pattern, a minus b quantity squared, which means a minus b times a minus b, or a squared minus 2ab plus b squared. And let's look at an example. Two p minus 6 quantity squared. So 2p minus 6 quantity squared. I'm going to do this one by using vertical multiplication. It means 2p minus 6 times 2p minus 6. And so when I vertically multiply that, watch what we get. And again, this is just practicing exactly what we learned yesterday. That would be 4p squared minus 12p. A negative 6 times 2p is a negative 12p again, plus 36. Final answer, 4p squared minus 24p plus 36. Does anyone have a question? Okay. Does that help you guys? Okay. Get the same answer. All right. Any questions on the square of a sum or the square of a difference? Okay. Moving on and having so much fun. Let's look at the next part of the lesson, which is the product of a sum and a difference. This is called, also known as the difference of squares, or the difference of two squares. So you should know actually both names. Okay, so let's just go ahead and fill you in. The product of a sum and a difference. Or the difference of two squares. Okay, so let's go ahead and look and see what happens. When we have the product of a sum and difference, or the difference of two squares, as you'll commonly hear it referred to in upper level classes. Okay? So here's your pattern. A plus b times a minus b would give you a squared minus ab plus ab minus b squared. So that middle term cancels out and you get a squared minus b squared. So let's look at one. Let's go x plus 10 times x minus 10. X plus 10 times x minus 10. Who would like to try it? Yes. X times x is? X times a minus 10 is a? And 10 times x would be a? And 10 times negative 10 would be? And final answer? Good, the middle term cancels out. Does anyone have a question? Okay, well, thanks for listening today. Hope you all have a great day.